Thinking about moving to Kansas City? Hold up. Before you make that big move, you need to hear this. Not all neighborhoods are created equal, and some areas come with some serious red flags. High crime rates, safety concerns, and places that you might just want to avoid. I'm going to break it all down for you. Stick with me to the very end, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you not only what these areas to watch out for, but I'm also going to share with you some surprising facts about neighborhoods that are making the change for better. Plus, I'll reveal one high-risk area that actually has some hidden gems that you might not expect. So let's get started with it, and we're going to get after it right now. Now, if this is your first time on our channel and you want to know everything there is about living in the Kansas City area, then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so that you can be the very first to know about the current market here in Kansas City. Hello, my name is Jimmy Zell. My wife Nikki and I are with the Living in Kansas City team, and we get phone calls, text messages, and emails every day from people just like you and you and you. And so whether you're moving in 7 days or 7 months, feel free to reach out to us, as all of our contact information is in that description box below. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to the Kansas City area. Now, this is going to be probably my most controversial video ever. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show my screen, talk about a whole bunch of things regarding these areas that you need to be aware of. And so I just want to preface this video that this is more for information. We have strict rules in our industry for considering steering, and so I just want to make sure that you all know that this is really just to share with you. And as we go through this video, if you have any questions throughout it, definitely ask us, make some comments, because this one's going to be very interesting. All right, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to share my screen. Let's go ahead and do this, and I want to show you something that's pretty interesting. First things first, Kansas City, everybody. So you can see my map here. This is the Kansas City area, and one of the things is on this channel you'll find videos, a lot of videos, that help you be able to find out what is the best neighborhoods for you to live in. And so I want you to know, in outside, we do videos like, here's one in Liberty. These are some of the hot areas that we do. We have lots of clients in these areas. So on the Missouri side, Liberty, Parkville, Lee Summit here, and then over here on the Kansas side, you've got Overland Park, Lenexa. You've got Olathe, Gardner, Spring Hill. Then, of course, you've got Leavenworth area, Lawrence. So these are all the hot areas that we do. A lot of clients move to, but we can help you anywhere in the Kansas City metro. Now, I share this with you because I wanted to cover some of this, out here, show you some of these suburbs first, because out in a lot of these suburbs are very, very safe neighborhoods. A lot of them have hardly any crime. They have crime, but very low amounts of crime. Actually, Gardner, Kansas is actually the safest place in the Kansas City metro. They were voted that. So just a lot of great neighborhoods that we can help answer your questions. But I wanted to start there with you so you could kind of see that, and then we do, videos. Actually, here's Blue Springs. We do videos out here as well. This is another hot area. And so we can help you with any of these neighborhoods. Find them on our channel. You'll see those videos. We have pros and cons videos. We have neighborhood vlogs of these suburbs, as well as full map tours of each one of them. So definitely go find those on our channel. Okay, so let's have a little fun. You can see my screen. I want to show you something. Like I said, suburbs are looking good, but I want to show you something. This is really funny. Found this website. It's called Hood Maps. Right now, this is what people put in here that what they might think of some of the areas in Kansas City. So look here. Oh my gosh, crackheads, leave disappointed. No one likes this place. Big park, perfect for hiding bodies. Really? Oh my gosh. Africa, the continent, is a shorter walk. Soccer kids, hip rich, pregnant village. Wow, that's for Prairie Village. Blue collar, rich people road, soccer mom, suburban people. Now there's something back Overland Park over here. Cupcake Land, Calico Farms. Just some funny videos here, or not videos, but funny comments from people. So let's kind of go up here. Overpriced bars. Let's go on a little bit into the city here. Oh my, now you're getting into some crazy stuff here. So Dead Jazz area, breweries, obnoxious children, the view of the skyline, fancy slumlords. Here's the Midtown area.
call the cops. I saw a black man. Guys, we don't support all this crazy stuff here. Taking shots and getting shot. I mean, crazy, right? And so I just want to show you some areas that what people are thinking. They write this on this website, but there's also some things to be aware of. Best Hood Barbecue. This is good. Let's see here. What else we got? Oh my, no one likes this place. Crackheads. Yeah. So let's dive into this a little bit more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you 5 areas that you definitely want to be aware of. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into this first one. First one that I want to do, and the reason why this is important, Kansas City does have statistically some areas that are very, very high in crime. One in actually overall in the Kansas City area, you have 1 out of 15 chance in the city of Kansas City for either a violent or property crime. So I wanted to share that with you, show you some of the suburbs, but also show you some areas in Kansas City that you need to be aware of. All right, so what I want to do is highlight some specific areas to definitely be aware. So let's do this one here. First is Vineyard, Kansas City. You can see where this is at. Let's come out the map a little bit. Here it is right here. And so what you've got is 71 South here, and then here's 435. So in between all this, this is where the Vineyard is at. Let me show you also this review here. You can kind of see it. And so we come out a little bit. You can see there's lots of neighborhoods here. Vineyard comes in at number 5 because it's a 424% above the national average for crime. Okay, so this area here. So be aware, lots of significant property and violent crimes are reported in this area. So that's the first one, Vineyard. The next one you want to be aware of is going to be Blue Hills. So we'll pull that out. And you can see it's not that far from the Vineyard, right? Here's Blue Hills, give you, once again, very dense population of homes. Blue Hills comes in at number 4 because it's 467% above the national average, with 1 in 8 chance of being, a crime victim here. So this is the Blue Hills area. Let me pull it out on this side so you can see it where it's at. So you've got, not too far from here is the Vineyard. All right, remember we talked about the Vineyard over here, and then you've got now Blue Hills. So this area definitely be aware of. This area for sure as well. So you've got those 2 areas. Now let's move into that's number 4. Let's move into the number 3, and that is Hidden Valley. And so Hidden Valley is not that far from there either. So you can see, once again, this is like Hidden Valley is a 488% chance, 488% higher than the national average, and 1 in 8 chance of falling victim to crimes such as homicides, robberies, and shootings inside of Hidden Valley. And so you can see where Hidden Valley is. So we covered Hidden Valley over here, right? There it is, 71 highway, right before where 435 and 470 intersect. So let me show you what it looks like here for Hidden Valley. There it is. All right. And so one thing about it too, I was looking into Hidden Valley, there's these new apartments over here that are really nice park. So they're trying to do some cleanup there, but definitely be aware of this Hidden Valley area. All right, so the number 3 spot. Now let's move into the number 2 spot. That's going to be Marlborough East. And you can see where Marlborough East is right there. So all these areas are really pretty close, right? So this is a big area here, Marlborough East, right off of 71. And let me pull it out a little bit so you can see where it's at. Once again, so Marlborough East residents, 1 in 7 chance. It comes in at 511% above the national average in crime. So that's where this is at. So you've got some of these areas, see, right by each other where you just want to be aware of this part of Kansas City. So that's number 2. And then the last one is going to be South Blue Valley. And that is up here off of 7, just north of 70 here. So you can see where it's located. So right off of the north side of I-70 here, right before you get to 435. And 435 is one of our big loops around the city. A little bit closer to downtown as well. Now, South Blue Valley comes in at 531% above the national average. So you definitely want to be aware of this area. Let me give you a little bit of here's the South Blue Valley area. So just be aware of it. And once again, comes in at the number 1 spot to be aware of here in the area. So let me know in the comments if you've ever visited in these areas, maybe you live there. You give us your feedback as well as some of these areas just to be aware of. And so South Blue Valley comes in, like I said, in that #1 spot. Now, it's very important if you're moving to Kansas City, relocating, that you definitely, reach out to us. We can help you find that. What I would do is I would encourage you to do some research if especially crime statistics, that's all, and you can find that stuff. And then also visit in person, right? We can help you with that. And also if you need to schedule Zoom or we need to do any video, FaceTiming, we do a lot of that. Do a Zoom on phone and show you places and things. If you're relocating, we can help you with that. And then also is finding out and talking to locals as well about these areas. Okay. Now let's talk about some areas that are improving. And the first one I want to talk to you guys about really is this area here, 31st Troost. Let's pull this area up. So this is this 31st and Troost area. So let me pull this up a little bit so you can see it. So this area here, the 31st and Troost, this is called the Troost Avenue corridor. It's in the Midtown area. And it actually used to be considered one of the roughest areas in Kansas City. But $21 million federal grant has really improved the infrastructure and help address some of the concerns that people are having. And so what's changing around here is that you can see, so this is the 31st and Troost area. What's happening down in this area, everybody, is that they're restoring historic buildings, promoting tourism down here in this area. They're also, if you love jazz, history, and great food, this is a great place. Let me pull this out a little bit again. Let's stop that view. So this is the 31st and Troost area, right? So let me pull this up. So this area's got a lot of history in around it. You can see this is the 31st Troost area. And pull it off. Okay. Yeah, so this used to be a very, very rough area, but now, like I said, a $21 million federal grant was put in place to help this area. And you'll love this area here. So that's the 31st and Troost area. Now, another area that's up and coming, getting some a lot of changes, and that is improvement is the 18th and Vine area. You can see that here. And so the 18th and Vine area, there it is. And this is a place that's seen crime in the past, but recent revitalization in this area has really made it a nice cultural hotspot. If you're a big barbecue person, you can see Arthur Bryant's is here. I think actually just north of it also is another big barbecue. Yeah, Gates is up there somewhere. So this is oh, there it is. There's Gates. So you've got two. Like Arthur Bryant's have been here since like 1920. So if you like barbecue, definitely go eat there. It's awesome. Really, really good barbecue. Gates is up here as well. But this 18th and Vine area, a lot of jazz, a lot of history here. Jazz, great food in this area. And they've been restoring historic buildings in this area as well, promoting tourism in this area. So a lot of good stuff happening in this area as well. So 18th and Vine. Now the other area, another area that is getting some attention is the West Bottoms area. Now I'm familiar with this because my daughter and her husband used to live in this area. This is the West Bottoms area down in this area. So a lot of cool things happening in this area. As a matter of fact, we did an escape room down here before the West Bottoms area. And what's happening here is they're converting warehouses into lofts. They used to live, my kids used to live in a loft. Event spaces, antique markets down here. Definitely a vibe, a younger crowd vibe down in this area. Little cool boutiques. One of our friends actually had a boutique clothing store down there, clothing boutique store in the West Bottoms area. So really cool place. First Fridays, weekends are big down here. And so you've got the West Bottom areas. Now, one other place I want to share with you that is a high risk area, but is basically what I call a hidden gem, is this Pendleton Heights area. Now this is in the Northeast Kansas City area, Northeast Kansas City. And why it's like a little hidden gem is because it's got beautiful historic homes, Victorian era mansions, just really cool area to be aware of in terms of what's happening there. So, all right, let me do this. Let me stop sharing my screen now. But yeah, I think that's what I wanted to cover with you guys today. Some areas to be aware of, and then also some areas that are definitely getting some improvements. and also some things that are happening with the city.
So there you have it. Kansas City has its fair share of high crime areas, but it's also a city of transformation. We covered some neighborhoods where you definitely want to be cautious of, but we also explored the ones that are on the rise, proving that change is happening inside of the Kansas City area. And so whether you're thinking about moving here, investing in real estate, or just curious about the city's dynamics, knowing which areas are evolving can make all the difference in your decision. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about these neighborhoods? Have you actually lived in one of them, visited any of them? Drop a comment below and let us know and keep this conversation going. And if you found this video helpful, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so that you don't miss out on the latest updates about the Kansas City real estate market and living here in Kansas City. And so remember, whether you're moving in 7 days or 7 months, we're here to help you make that move as smooth and stress-free as possible. You can find all of our contact information in the description box below. Give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, or schedule that one-on-one Zoom call. We'll be happy to help you find that perfect neighborhood for you and your family. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. We can't wait to help you find your dream home and anywhere here in the Kansas City metro area. And until next time, we hope to see you around town.